It was a crisp Friday night when Emma invited her three best friends, Rachel, Mia, and Sophia, for a long-awaited sleepover. Her parents were out of town for the weekend, leaving the girls free to do whatever they pleased. The house was quiet, the perfect canvas for their spooky movie marathon. They decided to set up camp in the basement, drawn by its cozy yet slightly eerie vibe. The space was dimly lit by a flickering bulb, with shadows that danced unnervingly along the walls. Halfway through their second horror movie, Emma suddenly froze. She grabbed the remote and paused the film. "Wait," she whispered, holding up a hand. "Did you hear that?" The room fell silent. At first the girls heard nothing, but then it came, a faint, rhythmic sound. Tap, 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 tap. It was coming from the direction of the laundry room door at the far end of the basement. "Probably just the pipes," Rachel suggested, though her voice wavered. The tapping stopped, but before they could relax, a new sound began. Slow, deliberate footsteps. The girls exchanged uneasy glances as the steps dragged across the floor, heavy and deliberate, like someone pulling something weighty. Emma grabbed her phone and turned on the flashlight. "Let's check it out together," she said, though the trembling in her voice betrayed her bravado. The four of them crept toward the laundry room door, their breaths shallow and quick. Emma reached out and pushed the door open, her flashlight slicing through the darkness. The room was empty, save for the washer and dryer in the corner. Relieved, they laughed nervously and returned to the couch. But their relief was short-lived. Just as they were about to resume the movie, Mia let out a blood-curdling scream. The others spun around to see what she was pointing at, a shadowy figure, tall and broad, standing at the base of the staircase. His head was tilted at an unnatural angle, his face shrouded in shadow. He didn't move, didn't make a sound. "Run!" Emma yelled, and chaos erupted. The girls scrambled up the stairs, their screams echoing in the confined space. They slammed the basement door shut, locking it and wedging a chair under the handle. Emma grabbed her phone and dialed 911, her hands trembling so much she almost dropped the device. "There's someone in the house," she cried into the phone. When the police arrived minutes later, they searched the basement and found a shattered window with muddy footprints leading inside. The trail of footprints led across the basement floor, stopping just behind the couch where the girls had been sitting. A rusted knife was tucked beneath the cushions. But the most chilling detail? The footprints didn't lead back to the window. Whoever had been there was still inside. Emma's parents rushed home the next morning, horrified by the ordeal. The family moved out a few weeks later, unable to shake the lingering sense of dread. Kayla had been looking forward to the sleepover at Lily's house for weeks. Lily's family lived in a sprawling Victorian mansion, the kind of house that seemed straight out of a ghost story. With its towering ceilings, ornate furniture, and creaky wooden floors, it was both beautiful and unnervingly eerie. The night started out like any other sleepover. They baked cookies, watched silly videos, and swapped ghost stories. By midnight, they were back in Lily's room, cozy in their sleeping bags. The room had large, arched windows that let in streams of moonlight, casting long shadows on the walls. As they chatted and laughed, Kayla suddenly froze. Her laughter died in her throat as her eyes locked on a shadow on the far wall. It was tall and human-shaped, but completely still. Unlike the other shadows which swayed gently with the breeze outside, this one didn't move. "Lily," Kayla whispered, her voice shaking. "What's that?" The girls turned to look. Lily squinted at the shadow and forced a laugh. "It's probably the coat rack," she said, but her tone was unconvincing, and she didn't take her eyes off the shadow. Kayla wasn't satisfied. Her heart pounded as she stood up, taking cautious steps toward the wall. The closer she got, the more unnatural the shadow seemed. She reached out her hand, and the shadow shifted. It didn't fade or disappear like a normal shadow. Instead, it slid across the wall, moving with a strange fluidity before vanishing into the dark corner. Kayla gasped and stumbled backward. "It moved," she cried. Before Lily could respond, a loud, deliberate knock came from the bedroom door. "Lily, are you girls okay?" called her mom from the other side. Relieved, Lily rushed to open the door, but no one was there. The hallway was empty. Panic set in as the girls grabbed their blankets and bolted downstairs. They found Lily's parents asleep on the living room couch, oblivious to the commotion. When they woke them, Lily's mom listened intently before revealing something chilling. "This house has a history," she admitted. "The previous owners talked about shadows and voices, but we never believed them." Lily's dad searched the house, but nothing unusual turned up. Still, the girls refused to go back upstairs, spending the rest of the night huddled together on the floor. In the following weeks, the shadow appeared again, always in Lily's room, always watching. Her family eventually moved, but the house sat unsold for years, with rumors swirling of a presence that drove every new tenant away.